All right, let's jump right into this explainer and look at a really crucial step-by-step guide from InfoGuide NG about keeping your DIY hybrid solar setup totally safe. Installing a solar power system is an incredibly exciting project, but it involves way more than just bolting a few panels to your roof. Today, we're going to focus on one of the absolute most critical, yet somehow frequently overlooked steps in the entire process. We're talking about grounding. So, you might have mounted your panels perfectly, aimed them at the ideal angle, and connected the whole shebang to your battery bank. But you have to ask yourself, could your setup secretly be a massive safety hazard if you skipped one vital step? If you're building a hybrid system, ensuring the safety and longevity of your equipment through proper grounding isn't just a polite recommendation, it's an absolute necessity. So, here's how we're going to break this down today. First, we'll cover why grounding is so vital. Second, the essential grounding toolkit. Third, the step-by-step installation process. And finally, we'll wrap up with some crucial pro tips and warnings. Okay, diving into section 1, why grounding is vital for safety first. To kick things off, what does grounding actually mean in a solar context? Well, think of it as an emergency escape route for rogue electricity. Imagine a sudden surge from a massive lightning strike nearby, or maybe an internal equipment malfunction. Without a clear path to follow, that electricity is just going to find its own way. And unfortunately, that usually means it travels right through your most sensitive, expensive components, like your surge protective device or your inverter. Now, you might be thinking, hey, my panels and mounting rails are made of metal, so they'll just naturally conduct any surge away, right? Actually, scratch that. It's a really dangerous myth. The protective coatings on those aluminum frames and rails actually act as insulators, so if you leave your system ungrounded, that coating literally traps the dangerous electricity instead of letting it discharge. That creates a severe safety risk for your entire home. On the flip side, a properly grounded system guarantees that those surges have a continuous path to discharge completely harmlessly into the earth. Let's move right along to section 2, the grounding toolkit and essential materials. Getting the right gear for this is literally half the battle. For example, using a green 8WG wire is super smart because it makes the ground line instantly identifiable. And what about those grounding plates and clamps? Well, they aren't just standard pieces of metal. They are specially designed with these tiny little protrusions that physically pierce right through that insulative aluminum coating on your railings. That's what ensures true electrical continuity. Add in some liquid-tight conduits for weatherproofing, stainless steel screws to fight off rust, and a dedicated bus bar with ferrules, and boom, you've got a robust toolkit ready for action. All right, part 3, the step-by-step process and installation guide. We're going to map out this whole installation geographically in just 4 steps. We'll start inside the house, then move up to the roof, route our wires back down, and end by burying our connection deep into the earth. So, step 1 is the distribution box. Think of this as the central command hub for your entire safety circuit. Before you even think about climbing up onto the roof with a roll of wire, you absolutely need to prepare this station. The key here is installing a dedicated grounding bus bar right inside that box. You're also going to want to use a really thick DIN rail, because once you start adding heavy breakers and your surge protective devices, you absolutely need that extra structural support. This bus bar is crucial. It's the exact spot where all your separate ground wires, from the solar array on the roof, the SPD, and the final grounding rod, are eventually going to converge into one cohesive safety net. Okay, for step 2, go ahead and grab that green wire, because we're heading up to the roof to deal with the actual energy harvesters, your solar panels, and the mounting structure holding them all up. It is so important that every single panel becomes part of this circuit. You do this by attaching your grounding wire directly to the pre-drilled grounding holes that you'll find on each individual panel frame. It's absolutely vital that you connect the panels in a sequence or a series, just to guarantee that electrical continuity flows across the whole array. And hey, remember those special grounding plates from our toolkit? Make sure to apply them directly to the PV railing so they pierce that coating. That's what ensures the mounting structure itself is fully grounded. All right, step 3. Once the roof array is completely secured and grounded, we need to safely route our standard 6mm squared PV power cables alongside our new ground wires right back down to the inverter. When you're dealing with an outdoor system, weatherproofing is your absolute best friend. Because this equipment is constantly exposed to the elements, using liquid-tight flexible conduits with rubber gaskets, along with PVC bends, ensures your wires stay completely dry. Plus, you'll want to secure all those wires tightly under the panels using cable ties. This keeps them elevated off that harsh, boiling hot roof surface and fully protected from weather damage over the years. And finally, step 4, the grounding rod. This is where we bring it all back down to complete the circuit we started way back in step 1. Once your protective conduit reaches the distribution box, you just route that grounding wire right inside. The big takeaway here is making sure you terminate your wires securely at the dedicated bus bar using a ferrule and a crimping tool. That gives you a nice, clean, professional connection. And for the grand finale, you connect that bus bar directly to a heavy physical grounding rod that has been driven deep, straight down into the earth. This rod is what actually captures and safely dissipates any of those rogue electrical surges. Okay, rounding out the explainer with section 4, pro tips and warnings regarding maintenance and safety. Check this out. It's a fantastic pro tip from the source material. While grounding handles your electrical safety, your physical maintenance is what dictates your energy efficiency. By installing these simple, inexpensive drainage clips on the bottom edges of all your solar panels, you actually stop water from pooling. And when you stop water pooling, you prevent dust and mud from accumulating along the edges. It's like a chain reaction of efficiency. This tiny little addition keeps your system harvesting maximum energy all year round. Now, I really can't stress this enough. While DIY guides are incredibly helpful for understanding the nuts and bolts of your system, solar installations involve very real high-voltage electricity. Always, always defer to a certified professional to stay code compliant and, more importantly, to stay safe if you are ever unsure about any part of the process. And that brings us to our final thought for today. Harvesting free energy from the sun is an amazing feeling, for sure, and it's a stellar investment. But keeping your home, your family, and your expensive equipment safe from a massive surge is what truly makes the system successful. It's all about providing that safe path to the earth. So, looking at your own setup, or the one you might be planning to build right now, are you really willing to risk your entire home over a single missing wire? Make sure your system is grounded and stay safe out there.